Am I audible? Can someone respond? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Is there any background noise too much? So we'll start uh, from automatic transmission. Last as I was talking about the clutches. Okay. ABS. Now we'll see. Yeah, automatic transmission also I think I was talking about. So, can you please mute? Keep your voices mute so that if there is any doubt, you can just switch on the mic and you can ask. So, as we were discussing, automatic transmission has also a lot of electronics involved. I was talking about why we need electronics in automatic transmission. Because when you want to shift the gear from 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, you will experience a small lag. So that lag can be managed using electronic circuits, and it can improve the gear shifting process, and it can also improve the fuel efficiency, and also it can improve the performance of the vehicle. So these are the things which usually these electronics, gear shifting or electronics in automatic transmission is used for. So there are a lot of sensors which can capture the vehicle speed or monitor the vehicle speed, engine speed, the throttle position, transmission of fluid, temperature, and gear selector positions. All those things are sensed using some sensors. You will also get some real-time data on to the transmission control module, and it will enable us to determine the optimal gear for the current situation. What is the speed that we are traveling on? What is the whether you are applying a brake? All those information is fed to the computer so that it will control the transmission control module will control the shifting of gears, vehicle speed, acceleration, deceleration. All those things are controlled by this transmission control module. There are some actuators which are like solenoids or hydraulic valves, which will help you to disengage or engage the clutches, and also the shifting of gears. It will also help in shifting of gears and also the fluid pressure in the system. All those things are controlled by the actuators. And there is one more feature in control of gear shifts. One is the adaptive learning. So there are modern vehicles which has adaptive learning algorithms which will analyze the pattern of how the driver is driving, how gear shifting has to be done, or usually it is done. So all those analysis it takes into consideration, and over a period of time, it analyzes how your driving patterns, how you are driving, and in what situation, what you are doing. All those things, it actually takes all this information and stores in data. And whenever there is a situation, similar situation comes, like for example, you are trying to overtake a vehicle. Usually what normally we do is our sensors will act and we'll just press the accelerator a little hard, meaning it has to go fast, but usually it does not do that way in automatic transmission. If you see the manual transmission, you can change to the lower gear so that you can get sufficient torque to overtake a running vehicle. But with the automatic transmission, if you press the accelerator, you will only hear the acceleration noise, whereas the gear will not shift to the lower side. But if you have the adaptive learning systems, it will understand that when the driver is trying to press hard, it means that he's trying to accelerate the vehicle. So that is what we are doing. When you want to move fast, that is acceleration. You're only doing acceleration. You don't want speed that you need initially heavy torque, and that torque will propel the vehicle a little faster. And over a period of time, once the torque is achieved, or when the torque is sufficient, the speed also sufficiently increases, then you can move past the vehicle or overtake a vehicle. So all these things are understood by this adaptive learning system, and it will personalize your driving. So that is what this adaptive learning will do. And there is one more control that is available, that is control of torque converter lockup. So usually this lockup clutch, why it is used is one is to improve the fuel efficiency and to reduce the heat generation. These two are the basic principles. So what it does is it locks up the clutch mechanically to a particular gear. Okay, for a particular gear ratio or particular transmission shift, it will engage. So that when you are when you are trying to propel the engine faster, it will automatically keep the clutch engaged until it reaches the next gear, so that the power is seamlessly transmitted. If not, what happens is the clutch totally disengages, and you will feel that lag. So lockup clutch is done to keep the transmission continuously from the engine to the driving shaft or the wheels. So that is the work of the lockup clutch. And the torque converter is a fluid coupling. It's basically a fluid coupling. I don't know whether you remember city clutch introduced by some of the scooters. City clutch. So in city clutch, the torque converter technique only they use. They use a fluid coupling to transmit power from the engine to the output shaft or the transmission shaft. So that is what it is doing. You will have a fluid-based coupling. Okay? Instead of having a spring-based, usually our clutches are coming with springs. Right here, it is fluid coupling. Basically, it is hydraulic fluid pumped inside, and because of the fluid pumping inside, there is a sufficient pressure between the plates, and it will transmit the power from the engine to the shaft. This is fluid clutch, and the torque converters are used or associated with fluid coupling. And torque control solenoid switches are available. That is, we call it as the lockup clutch for engagement and disengagement of lockup clutch. This control solenoid valves are used. So they will just keep track of the engine load, vehicle speed, and other parameters, and it will determine whether you have to engage the lockup clutch or disengage the lockup clutch, so that you will receive an optimal fuel efficiency and very good performance. Basically, all these things, lockup clutch or control torque converter, control solenoid, all these things are used for basically for keeping the power transmitted continuously, so that you will not feel the lag when automatic transmissions are happening, and you will also have a better performance for the vehicle and fuel efficiency. All these things are the primary objective. And there are also adaptive strategies. Adaptive means to a situation, you accommodate yourself. That is called adaptive. You are adaptive to certain situations. So here also, we have like in your automatic transmission, torque converter lockup clutches also, you have adaptive strategies. So it will employ some of the adaptive strategies like optimized operation based on driving conditions and driving behavior. So, like for example, when it has to engage the lockup clutch, when it has to disengage, what is the time, or what is the basic requirement for lockup clutch? Whether it has to be engaged or disengaged, depending on the driver's habit, how the driver is pressing the accelerator or applying the brake. Based on that, it is automatically calculated. This whether to engage or disengage the lockup clutch. This is calculated, and it does the work. So this is one of the